Another player I want to mention, I have to give a shout out to, is Mitchell Robinson. So one thing about Mitchell Robinson is he's the best shot blocker in New York Knicks franchise history, right? The stats is going to show us Patrick Ewing, because Patrick Ewing played a lot more games and then averaged a lot more minutes per game when he did play. But with Mitchell Robinson, he's the best pound-for-pound shot blocker in Knicks franchise history. So when you look at blocks per 36 minutes, Mitchell Robinson is at 2.67, Patrick Ewing is at 2.64, Marcus Camby's at 2.39, Kristaps Porzingis is at 2.36, and then Amari Stoudemire rounds at the top 5 at 1.39. When you look at offensive rebounds per game, we all know Mitch is the best in franchise history in that regard. But if you just look at offensive rebounds, not per 36, but straight up per game, and this is despite the fact that Mitchell Robinson has pretty much been load managed minute-wise his entire career, it's crazy. So offensive rebounds per game, this is NBA history. You've got Moses Malone at 5.06. Got Dennis Rodman at 4.75. You've got Andre Drummond at 4.10. Charles Barkley at 3.97. Larry Smith, I don't even know who Larry Smith is, but he's at 3.85. And I made sure it wasn't a small sample size. Like, this dude was a baller. I think he's just before my time. He was at 3.85. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then sixth all time in offensive rebounds per game in NBA history is Mitchell Robinson, 3.70. Now, if you look at offensive rebounds per 36 minutes in NBA history, Mitchell Robinson is the greatest that's ever done it. If you look at this per 36 wise, while he's on the court, the way he impacts, he's the greatest that ever done it. Offensive rebounds per 36, you got Mitchell Robinson at 5.7, Andre Drummond at 5.4, Moses Malone at 5.3, Larry Smith at 3.5, and Clint Capella. No, I'm sorry about that. Moses Malone 5.38, Larry Smith 5.35, and then Clint Capella at 5.08. Now, what's insane about this offensive rebounds in regards to Mitchell Robinson is this year, his per 36 is 7.7. He's averaging 7.7 offensive rebounds per 36 minutes. That's never been done before. I looked at it. It's number one all time. There's never been an NBA player in a single season who've ever averaged 7.7 offensive rebounds per 36 minutes. So all of that to say this, man, we've got to sign Mitchell Robinson long-term to keep this. We could become a dynasty, bro. Like, Jalen Brunson's 29 years old. Michael Jordan won his first championship at what, 28? You know, we could become a future dynasty. You got to keep Mitchell Robinson. You go into the second apron, you go into the 100th apron. You know, you have to keep Mitchell Robinson. You can't, and this dude is in his prime, man. He's 28 years old. You can't let a dude that shot blocks like this and rim protects like this and plays defense like this and just overall the greatest pound-for-pound offensive rebounder that this world has ever seen in NBA history. You can't let him go to a contending team. Like, imagine if he goes to Boston. Like, imagine if Mitchell Robinson, that's one player on this team, is Mitchell Robinson, who I would fear. If I'm a Knicks fan and I have to go into a playoff series and I know that they're about to take off the training wheels and just unload Mitchell Robinson on us, I'm going to fear him, bro. Like, he will affect Jalen Brunson getting into the paint. That's where Jalen Brunson is great. He will affect that. You know, Josh Hart wouldn't be able to rebound. OG Anunoby wouldn't be able to rebound. Mikal Bridges wouldn't be able to rebound. Nobody would be able to rebound over Mitchell Robinson. So it's extremely important that we sign Mitchell Robinson, you know, moving forward long term. But yeah, man, I think that Mitchell Robinson is going to be the X factor of the series. I remember, like, yesterday when we didn't have Mitchell Robinson against Atlanta. We didn't have him. And Clint Capella was feasting. Like, as a Knicks fan, man, I know we all felt the same. I know every Knicks fan felt the same when we were watching that series. We went from like 21 wins the year before to a 4th seed. I think Atlanta was the 5th seed, right? And I felt deprived that entire series, just watching Julius Randle not having Mitchell Robinson, watching Thibodeau from the sidelines, like, not having Mitchell Robinson. Like, it's no surprise why we got destroyed by Atlanta in 5 games, 4-1, with that roster, no Mitchell Robinson. But I just felt deprived as a Knicks fan, having to watch Clint Capella literally feast like he was Hakeem Olajuwon. Like, there was no stopping Clint Capella on the rebounds. There was no stopping Trae Young from feeding Clint Capella the ball and Clint Capella scoring all over us. So I really wanted to acknowledge, heading into this series, man, we've got a whole different type of energy about this team compared to way back in 2021 playoffs, man. So I'm super excited about this opportunity. I really think if we're focused and all the players are locked in, I think it's a clean sweep. I don't think that they will present the challenge that Detroit did when we went 6 games with them. I don't think they're going to present the challenge of Boston when we went 6 games. I think we honestly sweep them 4-0.